Genesis 14. Abram rescues Lot. 4 kings: Amraphel of Babylonia, Arioch of Eleazar, Kedorlaomer of Elam, and Tidal of Goyim, went to war against 5 other kings: Bera of Sodom, Persia of Gomorrah, Shinab of Admah, Shimber of Zeboim. 5 kings had formed an alliance and joined forces in Siddim Valley, which is now the Dead Sea. They had been under the control of Kedorlaomer for 12 years, but in the 13th year they rebelled against him. In the 14th year, Kedorlaomer and his allies came with their armies and defeated the Rephaim in Ashtaroth, Karnami, Zuzim and Ham, the Emim in the plain of Kiriatim, and the Horites in the mountains of Edom, pursuing them as far as El Paran on the edge of the desert. Then they turned around and came back to Kadesh. They conquered all the land of the Amalekites and defeated the Amorites who lived in Hazan and Tamar. Then the kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboim, and Bala drew up their armies for battle in Siddim Valley, and they fought against the kings of Elam, Goyim, Babylonia, and Elazar, 5 kings against 4. The valley was full of tar pits, and when the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah tried to run away, they fell into the pits. But the other 3 kings escaped to the mountains. The 4 kings took everything in Sodom and Gomorrah, including the food. Lot, Abram's nephew, was living in Sodom, so they took him and all his possessions. But a man escaped and reported all this to Abram, the Hebrew, who was living near the sacred trees of Mamre. Mamre and his brothers Eshcol and Aner were Abram's allies. When Abram heard that his nephew had been captured, he called together all the fighting men in his camp, 318 in all, and pursued the 4 kings all the way to Dan. There he divided his men into groups and attacked the enemy by night. He chased them as far as Hobah, north of Damascus, and got back all the loot that had been taken. He also brought back his nephew Lot and his possessions, together with the women and the other prisoners. When Abram came back from his victory, the king of Sodom went out to meet him in Sheva Valley. And Melchizedek, who was king of Salem and also a priest of the Most High God, brought bread and wine to Abram. Melchizedek blessed him and said, "May the Most High God, who made heaven and earth, bless Abram. May the Most High God, who gave you victory over your enemies, be praised." And Abram gave him 1/10 of all the loot. The king of Sodom said to Abram, "Keep the loot. Give me back all my people." Abram answered, "I solemnly swear before the Lord, the Most High God, that I will not keep anything of yours, not even a thread or a sandal strap." Then you can never say, "I am the one who made Abram rich. I will take nothing for myself. I will accept only what my men have used, but let my allies take their share." Genesis 14 teaches us about courage, faith, and trusting God in difficult situations. Abram showed bravery and chose righteousness over material wealth. This reminds us that true victory comes from staying faithful and honoring God. Like, share, and subscribe for daily Bible words that strengthen your faith. Walk in faith, live in truth, and let God lead your path.